Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Inko, and lately I've been playing a lot of income start on Vanessa. It's obviously worse at securing wins in the super early game, but Vanessa's still definitely able to get early wins with stuff like shark claws and other power items that are always the core of her early game strength, more so than any individual skill is. And the income start does make you better at finding in those and can't really brick quite the same way that a skill start can. So I don't think it's as much worse at getting early wins as it might seem like it is compared to something like an income start on Pig or Mac. And it makes you a lot better at pivoting through all the really different powerful builds Vanessa can do. There's a ton of different strong ways to play Vanessa right now, all the different variants of weapon Vanessa. There's a lot of different builds under there, from Shark Ray to Mantis Shrimp to one weapon Cutlass or Katana to wide weapon spam to ammo spam, or even powder keg enablers, right? There's a ton of different weapon builds that require a lot of pivoting to move through. There's also Friends Vanessa, whether that's a pufferfish build that just goes to the moon somehow, which is very rare, or more likely a Tortuga build or a Shark Ray build. There's a lot of different powerful things that Vanessa can do, and I find that having an income start allows me to much more flexibly pivot through those and stand a chance at winning in the late game. However, I'm not really convinced that's a super optimal strat, and that mostly comes down to the fact that Pig exists, because if your plan is to win in the late game and you aren't Pig, that is to some degree just a questionable plan, as this run will show. Alright, getting into another run with Vanessa, I do think I've been enjoying income start lately on Vanessa. I'm not convinced it's optimal, but with all the new stuff involving Shark Ray, Tortuga, the different ways weapon Vanessa can shake out, I really enjoy being able to go for a lot of vendors. Now that said, Andy on day one, I don't know if I'm super hyped about since I can't get shot glasses, and that's like the main small item I care about. I think I would normally go Andy here, but just to test something I heard, I want to go to Lost Crate and take the medium item, see if it's still silver. It's no longer silver on day one. The rumors are true. It's been fixed. Goes to show just how little I've been able to watch the game and play lately. Hopefully I can get a lot more time in lately. Or soon, rather. I think I go Pyro here. The odds of me using Banana Bull are pretty low. Haunting Komodo does nothing for me, so we go Pyro, because there's a lot of different ways you can end up playing Burn Vanessa. And this fight's going to take a while. Is it going to take till Sandstorm? 30 seconds and we've done 80 damage. It's going to take till Sandstorm, so I'll see you there. By the magic of editing, the Sandstorm is here, Pyro's about to die, and I'll take a second to remind you, you can sub to the channel for more Daily Bazaar content just like this, and if you could leave a like, it really does help spread the video around in the algorithm, help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Anyways, Pyro is dead, what do we get?
Over already? We barely got off lag.
The Bronze Center. You can do a lot better, but you can do worse. Can't go to Tiny Furry Monster, unfortunately, that locks in Kina as our shop. I mean, twist my arm about it, I guess we're going one weapon Vanessa as dictated by Kina, who definitely does not endorse violence. Ignore what you're seeing in front of you. She does not endorse violence, we promise. I think I roll for Star Chart. Cove. I can take the Cove, I can take Amulet. Yeah, I'll do that. Not the star chart I wanted, but still fine for the second page. Now going to middle here is fine, but obviously we have some problems with going to any store. So instead I'm gonna go Strange Mushroom and take some gold. Make sure we're able to get good shops in day 2. I don't know if I'm good or weak for day 1. I think I'm weak. I don't really know. I haven't seen rifle in a very long time. Certainly not without right-handed. Emerald, Incense, Venomander, Toxic Spider Mace. I hope your poppy field works out for you, man. I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. Like, I think the rifle is just gonna get beat by the regen he has as a baseline plus what Incense and Venomander give. Certainly, well, I will come eventually. I'm pretty sure I died of poison way before then. Yeah, 25. Was there a crit chance in there, or is it actually just that much? I was not expecting 30 poison in under 20 seconds off of that board. Why was it so fast? Guess I just underestimated how quick Spider Race would be with these items. I kind of figured at a Bronze, Incense, and Emerald being slow, it wouldn't be that fast, but no. Toxic Enchant doing a lot of work for him there. Anyway, we probably lose day 1 with an income start and a rifle build. That's not what you ever want to be doing. I go B1, B2, and I upgrade either the Silencer or Crow's Nest, right? It's hard to imagine it's not Crow's Nest. Silencer is easier to obtain, even if it is the better item in general, but also 20% crit chance is just a bigger deal than the tiny amount of CDR. Now, unfortunately, since this doesn't scale right now, it's not even good yet. Like, we're probably still better off doing this. Pip, can you help? Left-handed, right-handed, strength, timbering? Not this. gonna give up 1% crit so it can work on weapons, maybe? Or non-weapons? Like, we're not really super committed to weapons right now. I mean, we're pretty committed to weapons, aren't we? Fine.
There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
Definitely not the skill I was looking for. I've got 3 gold against 4 gold against Quicksil, which is a 4 gold roll. Definitely not beating a Warrior since I can't fit... I could do this. I could run the scaling instead of the silencer, right? Yeah, at 10 seconds, you'll be doing more damage than the silencer would. It's not clearly better. No, I don't really think I can run that. Man, rifle is not good early, is it? I feel like if I go to Quicksil and roll, I'm completely broke. And if I go to Quicksil and look at 1 page, it was a bad hour. So I'm going to take 4 gold here. I can go neutral, look for Shadowed Cloak. That's such an unlikely outcome. We're not doing that. So we lose Warrior 100%. I think we actually lose Rogue Scrapper 100% too. Just because, like, the DPS on this isn't very high. It's not going to get its health down meaningfully. I will be at full health when Sandstorm gets here. But I think the Rogue Scrapper will also be at full health. So I have to go fight Coconut Crab. That's not the biggest deal in the world. Hard Shell is good. That's all I can say about this fight, really. Hard Shell is good. At least we comfortably beat this fight. If we can crit every shot in the PvP fight, that will make this build a lot better. But that's probably not happening. 4 for 4, huh? 5 for 5. Man, I don't think the PvP fight's gonna go like that. Also, based on the fact that Crab still isn't dead, it really does show how terrible this particular setup is. Yeah, I can't really imagine this winning a fight. I'm beginning to wonder if Kina tricked me into playing a weapon build that would never work. Which is very own brand for Kina, to make you suffer for choosing violence. Although realistically, I just need to change the rifle part of the build, right? If I can find a submersible, suddenly we're cooking. Cutlass as well, obviously. There are plenty of good options. Didn't really want the coconut, kind of wanted gold. Although, like on my face, regardless of what I wanted, it turned out what I needed was the coconut. I needed a food item to go to Tiny Furry Monster for an extra XP. We have a medium item versus JJ. Probably has to be JJ. Right now, we don't win our PvP fight. If we do this, our odds are probably a little better. Let's go JJ and see if we can't put anything else on our board. We haven't gone to a shop today. I can't use a second weapon. I could run the Shoe Blade, right? It has base 30% crit. Running this means I have the room to use something else. Like, I don't enjoy buying a temporary Shoe Blade, you know? But if I did something like this with a 1-slot weapon, the build's probably better for today. It's a 1 gold investment to improve the build for today. It's not even much better, to be honest with you, but it is better. Fine. I'm also rolling. That's not a good shot page so far. Neither is this. I can pick up Pop Snappers on the argument that I could very easily see myself playing Flagship down the line. I think that's a good argument.
Enjoy your purchase.
If I do play Flagship, I need a non-weapon friend, so Calico doesn't work. And I guess this is what I'm running for the day. It's not what I was looking to be running on day 2, but here we are.
You should know. I'm a bit of a legend.
Continuing on our jank 1-weapon path.
Finished. May I dissect you for study?
It is all poison, Nightshade, Thurible, Quilland, Ink. Not that much regen, but probably enough. He has regen buffs, so almost certainly enough. I say almost certainly. It's going to be slowed forever, right, because of the Amber. I don't think I ever kill this guy. I think I 100% die. Although the buffs to heal purging will help a little bit, I just don't imagine I'll be able to live for 7 seconds. Not even 7, it's gonna be like 10 seconds on the last hit. Yeah, I'm just dead before it even goes off thanks to Amber. Yeah, there's no shot. Just a very weak build right now. Crow's Nest is generally not strong in the early game because, as you can see, I literally don't have space for a Crow's Nest and a good weapon. We'll fix that soon. It's fine. You took an income start, you were expecting to lose early. The issue is that I have to kind of high roll with the 1-weapon build for it to do super well. I'll go small items. The shot glass gets me excited. Upgrading the silencer, upgrading honing steel even, all good. Move this over. I think we're just immediately selling this junk. I guess we don't have to though. So now we have scaling with 55 crit and a much faster weapon. That's definitely better. Is it good? No, definitely not. I should have bought the chum. I don't know what I'm doing here. Holsters Clamra. I'm gonna float Clamra. It's entirely possible we end up playing Shark Ray down the line, or Shrimp, or any variety of builds. Shark Ray doesn't actually care about slow. Let me explain that sentence. A lot of times when I see people transitioning into Shark Ray, they're just playing Shark Ray with shot glasses and slow synergy items. In this situation, as good as JJ can be, I'm not super wealthy. I think I just take the upgrade on the silencer. This seems fine to me. Do I beat an Aetherite? Absolutely I do. For the first time all build, or all run rather, my build looks decent, and that is entirely because I actually have 8 board slots to do stuff with. It's incredibly important that you actually have room to run Crow's Nest when you spend all of your day one buying a Crow's Nest. Now, are we strong? Probably still no. We probably need like a Shadowed Cloak instead of a Honing Steel for us to be strong, and it's possible Curio comes in and saves us, but it's pretty unlikely we get a Shadowed Cloak here. Not really sure what I can do to be strong for the day other than find Shadowed Cloak. If I replace this with a different weapon, I'm not even sure it's clearly better than a rifle at this point in the game. Trip over a flagship. That would be one option to get stronger. Well, flagships, I think, are aquatic, aren't they? Yes, flagships are aquatic. I knew they were on the ocean, just didn't know if they were aquatic. Also, I should zoom this way in when I'm doing it on video. I'm gonna go Nautica. It's an expensive roll, but there are very valuable items that can be here. I can't just YOLO buy a Yeti Crab on the assumption it could somehow work out. I will roll here, though. Yeah, that's all pretty rough. Right now, we're still in a world where I would definitely be fine to play a flagship build. And in that case, I think I pick up the Catfish. It's only a 1 gold cost, which is a nothing cost when you have a Cove. And I will sell this before my fight. I guess we're not at the fight yet. Should have held it for a second. Misremembered the hour. So if there's a Barcoon up next, egg on my face. Same diff, really. I could YOLO transform my scrap at Mandala. I could also make, I don't really want to sell my bronze items, is actually the thing that's the problem here. So I am going to go YOLO transform this scrap and see if it can help me out. What do you have for us?
Now this is how you win the war.
It's not useful, but it's not awful. Upgrade a bronze tier item. Upgrading Clamor is not really important anymore, is it? It lowers the cooldown, it's good. But I think I go bronze tier skills, looking for left-handed, right-handed strength. Don't think 10% crits the bee's knees here. I think you can do better. I'm inclined to believe a base Catfish is probably more valuable than this Clamor is to me. Anyways, I still don't know what I'm doing here. I could go upgrade the Catfish because down the line there are so many possible ways to play a Catfish-based build, where like you just have a Captain's Wheel or a Water Wheel and the Catfish does a meaningful amount of poison. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Right now, we're 1 weapon. Let's go for the skills and try to sort it. Sorted. That is hugely impactful. Oh, nice new pigskin. I like that one. Hopefully, we can put him in the ground. It's an early game pig. What are the odds he found the absolutely cracked early game stuff? A bit higher with the new DLC, I suppose. I don't think most people have that yet. He's currently assembling a Kiwas. It's at 11 burn. We should be fine then, right? Like, surely we just kill this man. I will note, I'm surprised at how bad this gun actually is. Because we're kind of not getting a ton done here. He's basically still at full health right before the shots are going off, which is very worrisome. I guess it comes down to crit RNG to some degree, and we do scale over time, but like, you don't want to kill your opponent at 22 seconds as a 1 weapon build. This whole Honing Steel going off 4 times thing should not be happening. But we take a win when we can get one. I just needed him to have 3 empty item slots and I managed to win. It's that easy, folks. Gonna go Midsworth, see if we can't find some items. It's useful. Now, is it worth rolling here is the real question. I don't think it is. He can sell a flagship, that's all I need to know. Can also sell Trebuchet. Upgrade my Clamra, give me incendiary rounds. Am I about to float incendiary rounds to try to pivot into a keg build? I don't hate that idea. I definitely want to upgrade this Clamra because I can really easily see that going into a build in a way where I can't really imagine. The incendiary rounds don't feel right, but they're probably right and I hate it. No, I have no way to enable them yet. That doesn't mean I'll never be able to enable them. I just don't have enough money to float them comfortably. I'm floating them. I want them, I'm doing it. That's the end of the thought process. Tox clocks, huh? Not really able to use them super effectively. I think I probably cinders this incendiary around relatively soon. As for my bronze upgrade, I guess I'm throwing it on the fish. Like, I don't really know what else to do here. I could upgrade the cinders for +1 gold on the hour and +1 burn on incendiary rounds. I'm just not convinced that's very good. It doesn't really do anything. Haste, slow, and cooldown does include shark ray, and shot glasses, and dive weights. I've just made myself quite broke. I've got a lot of gold to liquidate. I can sell a crow's nest, I can sell a cove, I can sell a bunch of things before the cove. I'm going to Tox.
I'm so fast, I'm living in your future.
Wow, that is an awful first page, Talk. Break the bank, let's roll it. I know it feels wrong, and it was in this case for sure. Sea Dog Saloon is not an item I've ever seen pop off. It's 1 item for 2 seconds, slow 1 item for 2 seconds, multicast for every friend you have. Yeah, I can't make any of this happen. Yeah, there's no way to use any of this. Got robbed before going at Talk, like you do. We should kill a Hexa, no problem. I think. If it's a problem, it'll be funny to learn. I'm pretty sure Nua Hexa just loses to this because I have a lifesteal 48 damage weapon. Oh wait, they have had their board change. I didn't know they had this. When you use an adjacent item, they don't burn anymore, so the solar farm is kind of random. When you use an adjacent item, poison yourself 4. When you use an adjacent item, poison yourself 4 and gain 2 region for the fight. Okay, yeah. It's not a total downside. It's +4 poison on me, obviously. It's got a negative to them as well. 2 poison on them, 4 poison on me. Got it. Anyway, we still easily crush a Hexa. And we could play viruses, which would be neat. Not sure it would be good is the problem. 8-second cooldown. I can't really... I'm pretty sure with upgrades, this goes down to 6 seconds. Like, it's 9 to 6, depending on tier. Yeah, 9 to 6, starting at bronze. I'm not convinced I care about that, really. At 8 seconds, it's way too slow in the late game, and spending my upgrades on that sounds crazy. 80 max health would be more tempting if I weren't a one-weapon build. Aerodrome would be more tempting if I knew what I was looking for, if it was more likely to find experience events on the given day, but it's not. Fine, Gina. I'm pretty broke, so I don't like going to stores, but I think it's clearly better than my alternatives. Dive weights are good. Definitely buying the dive weights here. Don't really have a way to use water wheel here. I'm going to roll because it's worth selling things, so the next page is good. The nesting doll is definitely sticking around because it can enable stuff with Loaded Fury, the skill that gives damage based on ammo on board down the line. Dive weights is fine for each adjacent aquatic item, so I want to position like this. I could liquidate, sell my cove, and then buy a new cove, essentially at a cost of 3 gold eventually. But, what do I have that I actually am not interested in keeping now? I can sell this cinders at this point. I'm not going to worry too much about optimizing it. I just want to see what I actually have in stash. I have 3 items I don't care about. So I essentially get 3 gold by doing that. At the cost of 3 gold later. Not convinced. The ambergris will almost certainly pay for itself because I'll eventually buy an aquatic item. So I am going to toss the pop snappers and buy this ambergris, but that's it. Oh, wait, I should have bought the other thing too, because with the cove, it's net positive. Too late, here I am.
I can help you, but you have to trust me.
Left-handed and right-handed. The rifle's actually good now.
But it's beautiful.
We have Mandala and Cole. Cole can sell me shot glasses, which I'm always interested in because I am still trying to pivot into something else. Although realistically, at this point, we might have enough to be better off playing one weapon and looking for the flagship, or just a cutlass, or a katana. That would also be much better. I'm also super broken. Mandala doesn't make any sense, so I guess I'm getting a haste item, or sorry, a non-weapon item. 1 gold, sick Eller. I mean, I went to Talk and lost 4, so you can do worse. I generate nothing at start of day, which I'm not exactly happy about, but it means I don't need to sell anything. We're up against Dooley during what I would say is like the peak of Dooley's early power. Ignition core, wait no, thermal lance, companion core. That is a very big microdave. I was comfortable until I saw the burn number there. I think I might just die, but I do purge a decent chunk of the burn. 40 burn already. No, we're fine. We kill him first. I would like to thank Argenta for putting that fight on her back. She dealt I think that might have been all crits based on how quickly he died. Somewhere between 90 and 180 of my damage. Definitely going Ayla here. Let's figure out a better weapon than this rifle. A powder keg. I did buy incendiary rounds just to find a way to use this. We have our guaranteed upgrades at gold and diamond, and we have our enchants all available to play a powder keg build. We have dive weights and incendiary rounds, which is one of the cooler ways to enable a powder keg. We currently don't have anywhere near enough damage to actually do it. And mantis shrimp as well. Kind of been looking for him. I could also go sniper rifle. It's obviously like not super exciting. It's a very slow item. I don't think I want to go sniper rifle. I think that's the sort of thing where you see an obsidian sniper rifle when you jump on it, but other than that, probably just leave it in the store, right? Mantis shrimp is when you slow, and I don't slow that much, unfortunately. Glamro will not be enough to make that work. I haven't found any shot classes or the like. It's really just powder keg that has me to bind here because I wanted to enable it, but only at silver tier. Haven't found a way to transition out of the crow's nest yet. Yeah, no, I can't really go into keg here. It's probably silly to buy this incendiary rounds then. Sword and rock don't really work with the crow's nest build, do they? Yeah, that's all staying on the table. Thanks, Ayla, but maybe next time.
But bare hands are not enough.
I think I'm taking chocolate bars here. It's obviously not what I want, but it's decent economy, it's good health. And the alternative is going to a shop that I can't really afford to roll very easily. We should crush Trash Down Mare though, and if we can pick up augmented weaponry, that'll be wonderful for us. We do beat Trash Down Mare post-boss, right? They adjusted the value from these to have baseline scaling, and I kind of underestimated just how much 241 shield was. Now, that said, we should still just be fine because we do scale up over time. Yeah, we have no problem here. I just don't trust the rifle build, man. Catfish also stacked up 30 poison here. As is so often the case with one weapon builds that have haste in the Catfish, Catfish is just quietly doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this build. They were at 147 health effectively when they died. So Catfish dealt 312 damage, or about 1/4 to 1/5 of what the rifle did, which is not bad. Pepper spray is not what I'm looking for. 2 gold, I'll take my loot item. Ammo? It's still all right. Although I don't really want to put it on the rifle, it's definitely going to end up going on the rifle. Grandmaster is clearly unambiguously good. Glad to get the cheaper one, because, I mean, it's 5 versus 10 for the exact same effects. We can transform the pepper spray. That seems silly. I'm going to go to JJ.
A friend. I mean, a customer.
That does not help. Gold shot glasses. We buy those.
So,
We don't know what they're for yet. We just buy them on principle. We sell this before our PvP fight. We have very interesting items in this axe. They're just not doing anything yet. There's no way shot glasses are good currently. They just buff the poison on the catfish a little bit. He's only a bronze catfish as well. It's fine. We're up against a 3-win pig, which is terrifying.
My fight isn't
That presumably means they've hit some crack stuff, either with DLC weapons or with Jambolian Drum. Did I say Jambolian? Lumbors. No, just basic Lumbor's pig with a restorative velocity. This doesn't seem that crazy. Like, I know Lumbors are a lot better than they used to, but 3 wins makes me think he has had very kind opponent RNG. It's like, as you can see, didn't actually do anything. Kind of surprised to see that that's a 3-win pig board. And based on his prestige, yeah, he lost on day 1 or 2. What? Give me his opponent RNG more often, please. I wish I have 30 wins with a pig board like that. I'd play pig a lot more if I could. Think we go middle here every time.
nothing tiny, nothing huge.
Shark Ray would be an interesting
All
pivot.
about
Would I ever take Beach Ball because I'm looking to play Shark Ray? Well, how would you afford the Shark Ray then? Probably by selling the Cove. The issue is if I don't find specifically Shark Ray, it's kind of awful. Like, it's really bad. Yeah. If I knew for a fact Shark Ray was on the next board, I would buy this. But I don't know that, so I can't spend 8 gold buying that. Double crit damage, we're currently at 65%. I think that's all it needs to be. I think that's good enough. Like, yeah, it's sad to have just wasted a honing steel on the rifle and then get rid of it immediately. But rifle is so much worse than a lot of comparable late game weapons. I would rather katana to cutlass, I think. Just because cutlass is so slow to go off the first time. But yeah, that's much better.
On my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Never did find that star chart. Guess I'm gonna go to Kina and ask for one again.
Make deals, not
Ah, it's Lighthouse. Wait. I'm interested. I want to do it. I don't think I can ever justify it, though. I have so much good going for the Crow's Nest build, notably this. Just get an Obsidian enchant for the Lighthouse, right? And then left and right-handed will apply to it. When you slow, charge this 2 seconds. 4 seconds in, shot classes can go off and slow up to 8 items. And if it does that, that's going to charge the Lighthouse 16 seconds, which is basically 2 uses because it'll have charged 4 seconds on its own. 40 burn at 4 seconds, huh? And then the rest of the build. And we're not level 7 yet, so we're about to get our guaranteed upgrade. I don't like being a one-weapon cutlass build, right? If I were playing with like a shadowed cloak and a katana, sign me up, I'd keep playing one weapons. But if I'm playing with a cutlass and like kind of minimal support out of one-handed stuff, I think it's bad. Yeah, I'm bailing on that. I think that's not a good build. I will hold this for as long as I can, trying to get more value out of it, because it's not a bad item. Incendiary rounds is almost certainly bad, but if I find a heavy enchant later, it could be very hype. Vanessa's amulet obviously would be better off being a non-passive item, and I guess I'll run pepper spray. That gets use of my handed buffs, and also it is just an active item, unlike Vanessa's amulet. I value that 20% crit chance does something, but I kind of just want to go faster and be guaranteed. Also, half health slow all enemy items. It is worth noting that in the early to mid game, that will trigger in a matter, unlike in the late game where I'll just die and half health effects don't exist. What is Vanessa's amulet with a heavy enchant, actually? When you crit, slow an item. Going to hold on to that for an optimistic dream that will never happen. Because obviously if I get heavy, I'm just putting on the Lighthouse, right? Like, who are we getting? And I will sell this honing steel immediately so that I can roll the next page. Captain's quarters, wanted poster. This is eventually worth 6 experience. But I mean, it's right now costing me quite a lot. In fact, I have to break the code for it, so I'm just gonna pass that up. I don't think there's any chance this kills the Lich. Like actual 0%, because I'm running dive weights, which is detrimental into Lich. I have no defenses versus poison. Well, I purge 10% of it every 7 seconds. That's sort of a defense. Yeah, this just dies to Lich, unfortunately. I do, like, truck him for 40 burn immediately, at which point I'll have, like, 100 poison. So let's stop thinking about it. I was considering Inglet for a second, just because I have the handed stuff right here, and an Obsidian Fang could be good. I'm gonna go Foreman for higher average gold. I think it's just good enough logic. And when you use a tool, adjacent items gain crit can be very, very good with dive weights. So how much burn are we really doing when that goes off? Yeah, that's what you're expecting. Also, ow, he's notably scarier than he used to be with the forklift rework. Did that crit? I think I got 6% crit. Maybe he's not actually that scary, I just got very unlucky, right? Yes, 6% crit, good joke. Thankfully, we aren't dead. We get Chris Army Knife, we upgrade this to the next tier, and our build gets a lot stronger. Down from 10 to 8, I think? Yes, that is a huge change. There's good stuff at Andy, but C fight, click fight. Sure. It's probably better than the... Well, here's the thing, right? The nesting doll is good versus burn, and the ambergris is good versus poison. It's not immediately clear to me that Pop Snappers is improving my build. Small weapon versus health and shield items. I'm very broke. I'm taking the weapon. Oh. All right. The shrimp's back, and he's definitely worth putting on the board. My worst item is probably the ambergris. It might actually be the catfish, since I do know poison. When you slow, this gains 15 damage and 4 burn, do quite a lot of slowing. This actually seems a lot worse now, like I can justify running the silencer. It does make him go off right before the second use of shot glasses, which is not actually good. I think it makes the build worse. So I'd rather run the pepper spray and get the slows from it as well. 5-win undefeated Vanessa versus Pile of Jank, becoming some sort of slow burn build. I think we're actually strong for the day. I don't think we're even bad.
But I've seen my share.
Mantis Shrimp, Sea Dog Saloon, Zorkid. Okay, so he's just doing... Oh, that is a big shrimp. Gold shot glasses, Sea Dog Saloon with a lot of friends. I think I'm gonna die to that shrimp, man. Actually, we are ahead right now. I think we kill him.
You've got
Yeah,
talent.
we beat that.
You should put it toward nobler
Despite how large the shrimp was. He was about to kill me, but we got there. Cool. I'm happy to beat that build. Apparently, I'm almost as scary as he is. Oh, I won, so I guess I should be scarier? It doesn't feel right. Deadly Duel gives me... Oh. He's just me, but better. Ambergris does purge 10% of burn every so often. I kind of feel like I need to run Vanessa's Amulet and hope for good RNG. Like, there's no way I beat this guy. I'm gonna run Vanessa's Amulet and hope. I feel like I need some early crits to stand a chance. I don't think I do stand a chance is the problem. Oh, I also have my board misposition with the shot glasses being next to the dive weights, which is obviously very, very bad. We're ahead on Bird right now, but it doesn't matter because we have 1,000 health and he has 7,200. So, yeah, that's just how it goes. Like, what am I gonna do? If he had no second health bar, I would have still lost. He's just me, but vastly better. Can you give me a fight I can actually win this time, please? Yeah, 5 regions, fine. He's back. Not only do I lose the XP from the first fight, I now lose the XP from being unable to fight him for my rightmost fight. Rough. Gonna position this again. Oh, I don't actually have the second weapon, so there's not really a reason to use it if I'm running pepper spray anyway. Interesting to realize. Is there ever a reason to care about Joyful Jack? No, but there's also no reason to care about whatever the dishwasher's name is. When you heal, charge a poison out in 1 second. That could somehow matter down the line. You always pick up diamond skills if you're offered them. But realistically, there's nothing here I care about. Ah, man, the new Radiant Corsair is just a little bit crazy, isn't it? I'm not sure it needed Diamond Right-Handed on top of its other buffs. Well, that's interesting. It currently does nothing, but maybe it'll do something later.
Sail, my boy.
It's gotta be burn skills, right? It's impossible there's not something crazy here that's better than basically any alternative. Rightmost burn +4 at silver. Why spend 6 gold to roll off of that? I cannot think of a single reason. So I'll flip the board so that it's going onto the lighthouse. That's just fine. Going to take healthier because Ayla's kind of outside the realm of what makes sense. Like, it does potentially buff the shrimp. I'm not looking for shrimp here though. Plus burn on the lighthouse is fine, but honestly, it's not good enough.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Shrimp gets upgraded anyway. You love to see it. Not really what I'm here for though. Sea Shadow, you say? I don't know, man. I don't think Sea Shadow does it. I'm certainly not super enticed by the pepper spray. So like I have a couple of idols on my board that I don't think highly of. I can definitely toss Chris Army Knife, put this in the stash, pick up a Sea Shadow. My build is probably better like that.
Happy to make a sale.
It's just not, like, this is wrong in some way that I can't quite articulate. Regardless, I don't like running the pepper spray. It's gonna be very useless very soon. And I am gonna sell those and pick up the lockbox because it can be flipped for money pretty damn quickly from here. It is a 2-win pig that has died, which is actually quite scary.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I should warn you, I'm not like others.
His enchant was, he has an obsidian dog, or sorry, a lifesteal dog. Wait, what? Is he at like 1 prestige? There's not an enchant here, so I guess he is. Oh, it might have been a randomized ledger in his stash, which would have been a mistake. Also, rude. I think I would have won if that hadn't crit. I still win. Okay, good.
Show you what I learned.
Did not appreciate that. All right, just keep bullying pigs before they come online and then never see a pig after day 9. That's the plan. B1, B2, and no bronze items of note on the board. Kinda locks me into Quixel.
Hi, I'm Quixel, master merchant or something.
That's definitely gotta be worth, right? I don't have an inexorable yet. I don't think a heavy Vanessa's amulet would ever happen here. So I'm gonna toss the Vanessa's amulet. I'm going to toss the catfish.
There's fun size, and then there's boring.
Still need a little bit more to buy these and roll, which I want to do. And I want to buy the silencer because if I get an obsidian enchant, it's absolutely insane. And if I don't, I wasted 2 gold. I'll live. Fine. I'll crack that. Buy the silencer. Buy the sea shadow.
Okay, now sell me.
You might be cracking the cove here depending on what's on page 2. How good is Jit these days? I know it got buffed a while back. It doesn't seem like it's very good, does it? I do have the shot glasses for this, but I have no room for it. Oh, we're back down to 1 weapon. We could run the silencer again. At this point, what are we looking at for cooldown? 6.8 goes off right after the 3rd use of shot glasses. That's not totally unreasonable. I don't mind that. And I don't think I'm even holding Nesting Doll. Like, this is not a loaded Fury build anymore. I would never go for that. I could transform it again, but I'm just going to take an economy event instead. Small tool could also be dive weights, which would be great. Lighter. Lighter's not bad. There's a relatively fast item doing a decent chunk of burn. It's an active item giving you more slows, and it's just more relevant. I do like lowering the cooldown on Mantis Shrimp, don't get me wrong. I just don't know that it's better right now. And also, if I got an Obsidian enchant on Lighthouse, the shrimp is immediately gone. Just so we're clear about what that plan was supposed to be. I know Vortex got buffed. I'm convinced that he didn't get buffed enough to beat me. Let's see if I'm wrong about that. Because now this is when any player uses an item gain 20 and 20 instead of 10 and 10, I believe. The Tesla coil doesn't seem super important, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was a lot more damage than it used to be, but it doesn't look like it's going to be going off a second time, so we're fine. 560 on the second shrimp head, huh? And down to 6.6 seconds on the end of that. We do need more ammo here. The gold's greatly appreciated. I'm going to toss the Nesting Doll. I'd like to try to hold onto that box a little bit longer.
Ride that tide.
Silver tier aquatic item. Got a couple of those I wouldn't mind. Would I run a, what's he called? Darkwater anglerfish? Maybe. Ammo is kind of insane. Cinders is kind of insane. Feathers and wings and vials of blood. This is generically better economy, and it's not clear that stuff like anglerfish even makes the board clearly better. Well, that's very good. Pretty sure that goes on the Lighthouse, right? Yeah, definitely. It could go on shot glasses, actually. Because this is when my build goes off, we trigger the shot glasses and things start happening. So putting this on the shot glasses might actually matter more. I'm putting it on the Lighthouse. You can't convince me otherwise. Apparel from any hero. Nothing comes to mind that would obviously be good here. Small weapons bad. Chocolate bars requires me to sell the lockbox to get 5 or to just not get full value. I'm incredibly good on money having gotten the diamond large. I'll just go get full value by selling the lockbox. And I will actually take diamond or rather gold chocolate bars as well. All right, Nufu, am I getting punished immediately? So I can't say no to skills. They can be very impactful for something like a Lighthouse. Definitely rolling that. When you use an ammo item, burn 2. Not exactly the most exciting stuff. Selling these, the fight's up next. You can definitely see better skills than that. I think you take heated shells here. There's the tiniest chance this opens a pivot into powder keg down the line if an Ayla just decides to go ham and hand me like a gold or diamond powder keg. But also it just does a decent amount of burn in my burn build, and the other two are like 20 regions okay. It's not a big deal. Also, it fixed itself when I moved my mouse down. There was a weird gap next to 6 a second ago. I think heated shells is worth buying though. Dragon Dealer is at 3 wins, not quite dead, which is what you love to see.
Not to squabble with nobody.
No death enchant for him, which means I'm probably favored. 17 on augmented weapons, rigged. He's playing Poppy Field with new stuff. I'm inclined to believe this stuff works well, but he only has the one weapon. Shielded Venom's no fun for me, though. Shielded Venom with a 3x multi-classed weapon, no less. Seems like we're fine, though. We do a lot of burn. Yeah, we get through. All right, I'm happy to beat that. I'm still not convinced I'm actually all that strong for day 8. Like, I think I still lose to Radiant Corsair. Guess I'm going to Ayla considering the alternatives here. Upgrade my shrimp maybe. Crazy obsidian enchants. Probably spend 2 gold, get nothing. Who could have foreseen this? Fine.
I hope you live long enough to reconsider.
180 health is fine. Colt can upgrade my shot glasses, my dive weights, my mantis. But I just want to go to Pearl, man. It's a great economy event if nothing else. Shielded custom scope. I don't think that does much for me. It's only 4 gold, no reason to accept it. Wait a second, Red Firefly, when an adjacent item haste or slows, charge this 1 second with shot glasses is pretty funny. So when this goes off, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets. I'll probably replace Lighter with Firefly. This gets charged 14 seconds by shot glass. Yeah, that's just clearly much, much better, right? There's no arguing with that. And the best positioning is like this because I can't put it next to dive weights. I'm gonna take the Firefly. It's not like the most exciting Pearl pickup, but it is directly making the build better. With the amount of burn we have, we should be able to beat Death Knight Reaper no problem. I think it might die before the scythe swings. It definitely will die after the scythe swings, though. So how much does this Firefly really do? It does kind of look like it starts charging and doesn't stop until I run out of ammo on the shot glasses, huh? Now, unfortunately, I can't help but notice I was really wrong in my assessment and I might die. We're fine. Not even close. I should have clicked recap to see if that was actually doing much. I don't think it really was.
Now, this is how you win a war.
Chant an item with shield effects. Ah, man. Randoming over taking shield seems so incredibly greedy. Like, I would need to get specifically Fire your Obsidian for it to be better than this, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take shield. I can't expect to do better than that. Heavy and shiny would also be very good. But 240 shield non-stop is pretty good as well. Andy can upgrade several key items for me. Yeah, fine, let's go to Andy. The other options aren't very good anyway. Don't want those. And don't want those. Pretty easy Andy shop. Not a lot to think about. None of that had anything to do with my build. I was originally excited for Grandmaster, and then I remember that I'm left-handed, right-handed. Final Flame's not a huge deal. Just not a lot going on here. Is this aquatic? It is. Nautica's not terrible for me then. Not good either, to be clear. I could run the Diamond Illusoran. Figure out a way to sandwich it between these two. It's just that it requires me to drop, like, specifically Clamra, which I don't like. Yeah, the Clamra's not that good. It's start a fight, though, which can't be very relevant later on. Spending 16 gold on this when it's not that good doesn't seem right. Save your gold for something more valuable. It's just correct to buy the chum. I have the Cove. It's not doing a lot. I'm convinced we're going 7 wins. It's the next 3 that I'm worried about. Once again, we don't generate start of day stuff. 3-win Vanessa. They have died and gotten their enchant, though, which is a bit spooky. Don't think I got hugely stronger since yesterday. The shield enchant's nice. Obsidian Tortuga's very scary. Fiery Pufferfish. Honestly, not that bad since I have a shield enchant. I think we're okay. This doesn't seem that bad. Like, Obsidian Tortuga's a scary enchant, but with the shielded lighthouse, we're just fine, yeah. Sea Dog Saloon. I just consistently keep seeing people playing Sea Dog Saloon with Tortuga, and it's just, you need friends. You don't need a big slow item like Sea Dog Saloon. Yes, it makes Pufferfish faster, but so does just having more items to get more haste off of Tortuga. Only managed to hit me twice, and I gone off a 3rd time. It's just identical. Just the same damage as I did shield. Yeah, strictly outclassed. Lighthouse is still just a very solid build, it seems. Get a friend, and no thanks. I'm gonna go non-weapons. That has a lot more than I can hit. Can't really justify passive items when I'm playing a shot glasses build. Or any of that, really. I'll be on my way.
Rally men, blades to the wind.
Don't really need ammo skills, don't have poison, narrows it down to old Zane.
So I'll help you.
And one of your weapons gains haste, it already has haste, it gains 15 damage. You have exactly one weapon that has plus 5 ammo. I don't think our fights go on long enough for that to work, really. Rolling off of this for Barnacle Encrusted is also super greedy. Like, I would like to get Barnacle Encrusted, I really would. And I don't like settling for a silver inexorable on day 10, right? Like, if I lose today and tomorrow, the game's ending in 3 to 5 days, guaranteed. So that means I have like 10 to 30% crit depending on how long the run lasts and how many extra fights I get. That doesn't sound like inexorable's worth settling for. I don't think I can expect to get a second shot out of the Mantis Shrimp, and even if I do, I can do better. I'm gonna roll for Barnacle Encrusted. I did this in part because I think a third shot on the Mantis Shrimp is not gonna get me over the finish line, but 20% cooldown reduction certainly might.
Anyone asks if you've seen old Zane?
The Oceanic Rush is also all right. I have the Clamor. That's true. Wasn't really thinking about that. Small shield item, Mandala. Yeah, there's nothing worth transforming here. We go and we check out Nautica.
Yay, it's my favorite air breather.
Ah, there was a point in time where I really wanted this submersible. Had I found one much earlier, we might be still be playing a crow's nest build. Oh well, roll past it. Electric Eels. When your opponent uses an item, charge this 2 seconds. When it goes to diamond, charge this 3 seconds. Now, Sea Shadow's obviously pretty good. And so is the Mantis Shrimp, really. But Electric Eel's Lighthouse is sort of like one of those builds where I just always wanted to make it work and never really had the opportunity. I've got left-handed, right-handed, and a silencer at gold. All right, no, hold up, we're cooking. Something's happening here. Give me that.
We'll borrow more raids, more
Look,
bounty.
I'll figure it out. Give me the eels.
Thank you.
So, like, obviously there are downsides to what I've just done, but this is 3.6 seconds. If it could just be a little bit faster, just a little bit faster, this goes to the moon. For now, there's no reason to run it over a Clamor. But I think I have way more faith in this. What's it at? 4.8? I think Silencer is still worth running. For positioning, though, this needs to be like that. Sea Shadow's not coming back in. We're done with Incendiary rounds dreams. No, we're not. If we see a heavy enchant, that immediately goes on the board. Mantis Shrimp is done. Firefly is done. Okay. I'm happy with that. I wasn't expecting to pivot into Eels, but I'm very happy with the possibility of doing it. There is a, I think, exactly 0% chance I beat Void Golem. That's not true. If it hits any item in the middle, I have a shot. I probably still need it to hit its own Caltrops. I don't level up today if I don't do it, and I think I beat this more than half the time. I'm willing to be wrong by that more than half the time number, but... All right, that's one of the items we're allowed to lose. We didn't necessarily need dive weights. The problem is, it still has both Caltrops. So we're done. Yeah, I needed it to kill its Caltrops to beat it. I knew that was a part of this going into it. Looking at how much damage I managed to do, I think it was a 100% loss now that I've actually seen it play out. Just so little health on day 10, and I wasn't appreciating that fact. Oh well, you make mistakes, learn from them. All right, I don't really have the money for this. Is it worth rolling here? Frankly, no, but I'm doing it anyway. That's about what I expected, was to see 3 more normal freeze items that I would never roll, but I wanted a chance at crazy freeze enchants. Anyway, we'll leave.
Gifts do have a price.
Get an item. Go small items, look for an upgrade to something. This build's in a very weird spot. I'm gonna get an item. I don't think any small items that huge. I should have gone to Andy looking for Silencer upgrade. Yeah. I'm an idiot. It's fine. Most of the time, Andy robs me for $2 and I don't get a meaningful upgrade. But I obviously should have gone to Andy there. I'm just poor and tilted about wasting my time on Void Golem. 4,600, Aurora Dome, Sauna, Cold Room, Shiny Stopwatch. So you're trying to scale your shield with Shiny Stopwatch. I'm not convinced he does anything else, so he should just die. Like, why does this not shield when it goes off? When you freeze, shield 60, huh? That's not what I thought it said. I thought this went off every 12 seconds. Well, I'll lose then, definitely. Very normal interaction. So, what I thought this would do is an active effect that said when you freeze, shield equal to 10 times this, or sorry, just shield equal to 10 times this item's regen. I didn't realize Cold Room had passive timings. Yeah, we were completely fucked and never stood a chance. Nothing I can do about that one. Oh, that was a sad thing to realize. Go to Nautica. There are too many aquatic items on my board that matter too much.
So cute.
Anglerfish is cool. Definitely like the Anglerfish a lot. But he's also not shielded, and I can't really imagine running him over the other items I have. Like, what do I do? Cut Clamra and dive weights for him? That sounds insane. Going to roll past him. Good item, just not for this build. Shark Ray, there was a time. It's not right now. Is there a medium item I care about at all? No. Mysterious Portal it is. All right, I've got one of those that I care about quite a lot. Not the incendiary rounds, damn it. The golden fiery shovel is certainly tempting, but I need to liquidate just to see the next page anyway. Sorry, Mantis Shrimp. I could buy the fiery shovel. It's not right. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting, to be honest. Oh well. We should beat Frost Street Champ. Is that true? I think we beat Frost Street Champion. It's gonna be really bad if I'm throwing another PvE fight here. I'm a little bit scared because my starting health is so low, but I have shielded on the lighthouse. And like, yes, I do feed into the hammer a lot based on how the eels, the lighthouse. Oh no, I'm just instantly dead. That's a lot worse than I thought it was. Throwing 2 back-to-back day 10 plus fights is very bad for your run. I don't know if you know this. Gold tier loot item, I suppose. The build's still fundamentally strong in a way that's very good, but at the same time, we have a very serious problem here. I don't have to use this yet. We'll figure it out at Barcoon, or rather before our PvP fight. Definitely would be happier with the state of the build if I hadn't just thrown away 4 experience by picking the wrong fight twice in a row, so I'm down half a level from where I should be. Going to roll that. Get an upgrade for neither of the large items I'm using. Kind of expected, really.
Am I even a master merchant?
And I'm not selling at that store because I'm trying to get a better idea about what I can do with the wing by going to future stores. Those stores, of course, have no information for me and no items to add to my build. So the idea with putting it on Lighthouse is pretty straightforward. Lighthouse is better if its cooldown is lower. That's it. That's all it is. The idea of putting it on Eels is I need to get Eels down to 3.2 seconds, basically. So I'm putting it on Eels. Not quite there yet, unfortunately.
You should know. I
think I'm still fine in terms of power level. It's just I keep clicking on monsters that my build can't beat, and it's making me feel like I'm way worse than I am. I'm down a level on this guy. Although I'd actually still be down a level since I haven't gotten winnable right monsters. The Obsidian Seaweed does get canceled on my shield and enchant, so our enchants are kind of just a wash, and then it's poison versus burn. And he doesn't have that much healing. Oh no, what's happening? Oh no, he's getting regen from this. Is something purging a lot of my burn? I feel like I should have done so much more than I did.
Bravery without strength is a sword.
Like, I am shocked to see that I have less burn than he has poison by a massive amount. Is one of these skills causing heals that I'm not processing immediately? Oh, he has 2,000 shield out of this pearl because of Turtle Shell. I'm just underestimating Turtle Shell, that's all it is. He generated 4,000 additional health and it halved all of my shit. Okay, fair enough. just countermatched very hard by going into one of the only scaling shield builds on the ladder. Twice in a row, actually. That's just the way the game works.
More to your destiny than gold.
Huh.
Gold is nice.
Is it right to enchant this? Doesn't even do that much, does it? If I find any sort of damage scaling, it doubles the damage scaling on the eels, which isn't irrelevant. I can't obsidian enchant anything else. That would be crazy because it would break the silencer. I could random something else, but again, there's not really a great target for a random enchant. I guess I obsidian the eels. It's weird to put obsidian on eels and be underwhelmed by it, which is the situation I find myself in. I don't really see this build going 10 wins by winning 3 days consecutively, days 12, 13, and 14.
My people
That
need
seems unlikely to me. I'm gonna take temp boost HP, maybe temp boost damage actually, because it doubles. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like, generally, if I expect to win on super late days, it probably involves me, you know, not throwing all my experience. Huh. Okay, wait. Cut Calambra dive weights for a card table. Every time my opponent does anything, slow 2 items.
On behalf of the Grand Society of blah blah blah.
That sounds like it can do something. I don't know that this is good, but it's certainly cool. We definitely beat Void Colossus. That's not true. We don't definitely beat Void Colossus at all. I fucked up. Because he doesn't actually activate very many items, and then when he does activate the items, he immediately destroys something. So there's a chance I just die to random destruction. Yeah, there goes the eel, so I no longer slow at all. And that's not great. There's a tiny chance we win in super late game, just because we don't activate many items, so we don't feed into his items very much. Yeah, we do get it. Okay. Man, if I had lost 3 fights in a row, I'd have to just delete the footage out of shame. Your enemy uses an item, burn 1. Very valuable, not very useful. It's got to be upgraded item, it's got to be the eels. Obviously, upgrading Lighthouse is good, but the eels have to charge for 3 seconds on enemy item use. That's non-negotiable. I will take my 2 experience, start trying to claw my way back from this deficit I put myself in. And small and large items could be the lighthouse upgrade I just passed on. Shipwreck. I see you're still out of shot classes, huh? I mean, I can afford the shipwreck. That's not the problem, right? The problem is that, like, I'm not sure that that's even good. Essentially, I already have shipwreck on the eels, but better. Not much better, a little bit better. And I lose my shot glasses, which hurts the lighthouse, but the lighthouse gets burned, or sorry, gets multicast, right? Like, that's the debate. Do I believe that 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 4 for the second use, 11 seconds into the fight even exist? On the one hand, I don't believe 11 seconds into the fight does exist, but on the other hand, I don't believe that I'm going to go 3 consecutive wins with 2 active items and no crowd control resistance at all. I'm gonna pass on that. It's painful, but I don't think it works. The Diamond Silencer gets this to 3.2, but I mean, it's all a pipe dream. None of it's happening. We're dead right now. It has been some rough opponent RNG, and I'm sure this day 12 pig is not about to make an exception.
Are you sure? Have you
It is wide drum pig, which is actually like the best possible case for me. Although the fact is that over 200 base damage thanks to cash deposits is pretty fucked up. It's trying real hard, but I just can't do it. Yeah. I mean, what are you supposed to do when your opponent has plus how much damage from cash deposits? I can't easily check, but seeing as his lowest weapon damage is 165, I'm gonna guess he has about 160 gold, and his build is entirely able to buy it. The crazy thing is, if I had actually found and upgraded these eels, or sorry, and upgraded that silencer, we might have been able to do it, because it would be going off every weapon use instead of every other weapon use, which would make this much more powerful. Actually, his items are so fast that I think this was on internal cooldown anyway, right? Because it has multicast, I think it was going off non-stop, almost like from start of combat, yeah. It looks like the cooldown reduction doesn't matter, because he has it ladle, everything's hasted, shiny fang, yo-yo, like, I actually was going off non-stop, it's just, What are you supposed to do against cash deposits, Jabali, and drum high rolls? Oh man, it's a sick build. It's a really cool build, but like I was saying when I took Obsidian on the Eel, I don't think this is an enchant that wins the run. I do think this sort of build can win, especially because I've got the Barnacle encrusted. Like, this is not a weak framework. It's just, how close to winning was that? This might be a very valuable learning experience for everyone watching this, myself included. I think I probably lost that to user error. I don't know, he's scaling up over time. I'm at -6 health. He's at 112. I wonder how much health you gain from 13 to 14, because I'm not leveled up as a result of my own failures. I think this fight might have actually been a tie if I had not thrown those monster fights. I don't know that it would have been. I'd have hit him for another 660 with the Eel, burned for another 112. He's level 16, I'm level 13. Like, that's why I lost this fight. Despite how insane his build is, I'm dead entirely to level difference. Like, this is not Pig having extra health. 3,000 health is the value of the next 3 levels. That hurts. Because, like, also, the reason I ended up losing this fight, right? Like, I lost to the Obsidian Corsair random fight. I didn't get very many random fights. I wasn't able to take my Obsidian... why'd I call it Obsidian Corsair? The Radiant Corsair. Wasn't able to take that rightmost fight because it was Radiant Corsair. Wasn't able to take either of the rightmost fights on days 10 or 11, which is why I'm down experience as well. But additionally, because you can't take those, even if I'd taken the right fights, I'd still be down experience compared to people who got, like, the Octopus, yeah? So, like, I think this is actually... I think I could have maybe survived and won this. I don't know that I'd ever have went 10, though. Cool build, but it did not go the distance.
Closer to victory.
And, I mean, I would like to hit the pigs that don't fully assemble their builds, but the problem with the way the game works is survivorship bias, right? The pigs that didn't manage to turn the corner are all dead. If you see a pig past day 11, they're fucking crazy, just by definition. I do want to take a moment. I know it seems whingy considering that I just lost to a late game pig, but I do want to address that I think one of the worst things with the current gameplay patterns of the Bazaar is the entirety of Pig's gameplay patterns. Like, obviously, you have insane high roll early games with Jabali and Drum and Showcase that seem totally out of line with the rest of the game, or at least the rest of Pig's early game. But I feel like the way Pig is designed is so incredibly frustrating right now, because at every point of the run, Pig is either unplayable trash or the strongest thing in the run with very little middle ground. And because of the way the game works with survivorship bias, if you see a pig past day 11, it means it's a crazy broken pig that you probably are disadvantaged against. I just find everything about Pig to be super frustrating, both to play as and against. Misevaluating my late game fights, I think, cost me my 8th win there. I think I definitely go 8 wins if I don't throw those 2 fights. And I think with better fight RNG, like, right, if I just got easy late game fights and got a different fight than the Radiant Corsair that I couldn't beat on my random fight, I'd probably have been like level 15 and crushed that guy and had a real shot at going to 10 wins. But I think as low level as I was with the RNG of this run, even if I had not made those mistakes, I'm probably not going 10 wins. Like, I really wanted to see, like, dualies with this. The fact I hit multiple pigs with an Eels build really sucks, because just, like, barring insane Jabali and Drum builds that start instantly with shiny fangs, yo-yos, and atlatls at overbase 200, Pig generally has very few active items that do a ton of work, and Eels are, to some degree, a counter matchup item that assumes your opponent's playing a big interlocked build, and matching into Pig is worst case scenario for this sort of build. Not that Pig, but the previous Pig, the Aurora Dome guy. Also, that interaction was absolutely broken, a very sick build. Hate to lose to it, but still cool to have seen it. Anyways, let's wrap this up. If you made it this far, then thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.